Tell me about globalization and its impact on Medellin's economic circumstances.
Medellin is a city that has been known as the industrial capital of Colombia for the 20th century. So we had many factories, industry in there. And, for example, one of the most important sectors that we have is textiles and apparels. Right. It has suffered due to the conditions worldwide. And as a matter of fact...
But before that, it found a market in the United States.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because there was no trade restrictions.
Right. And the United States has been important for Medellin, and it has been important for Colombia as the main importer country from our products. I believe that we are part of the world, and we have to have commercial treaties with as many countries as we have, and in particular with the United States. I think this is an opportunity for us, and I claim that if we in Colombia take the right steps, Colombia could be the most important country in South America, or at least at the level of Brazil, and we will be able to use our human talent, our abilities to be a different country, a powerful country, the country that we deserve.
So are you in favor of the Colombia Free Trade Agreement?
I am. I may change some things, but conceptually, I think it's important to have the free trade agreement.
Because it gives a market for Colombia products and therefore influences and gives you the revenues to do the kinds of things you want to do.
We need
them to build schools and all the other things.
That's right. That helps.
What's it expecting from America?
What we are, and I'm going to use we, saying a country that acknowledges that there are other countries, we have to be able to interact with other people, being respectful of other identities, other dreams, in order to get things better. And that, I think, is a very powerful message. For example, I'm aware that for the United States, Latin America hasn't been very important, and I think it should. I studied here. I like the American people. I've been involved with this culture. I'm grateful for all the things that I learned here and the opportunities that I had. But I think the United States has to look at Latin America in a different way. And
in what way? It has to look at it in what way?
See us from our potential, to build a relationship where we can cooperate, and many of the powerful things that we have here in this country, in the United States, could be complemented with Latin Americans. In particular, for example, with Colombia, which has had a close relationship associated with due to a problem, which is narco traffic.
Right.
Now, I think we have to, in the way of the relationship between Colombia and the United States, we had the Plan Colombia, which is a massive amount of money that has been put by the United States in Colombia to fight drugs, but we have to look very carefully at the social conditions there. So we have to take an understanding of what happens with the people, what are their needs, and how we can build social conditions so that many of these problems could be at least decreased inside, and we will have a different relationship.
When you look at Mexico, there are people that I know and you know who worry about Mexico becoming a failed state. As important as it is, as strong as it is, they worry about the power of certain organizations and certain terrorist groups. Is that a real threat?
It is very real. And from what we read from the outside, it sounds very familiar to what we used to have. And I just hope the Mexicans learn very quickly the lesson so they don't have to go through all this path of destruction that we have had in Colombia. They have to anticipate. I say have, but they should anticipate many things before the problem, which is getting bigger and bigger, has this very nasty effect in Mexican society. But it's a monster. We have to take that into account. Narco-traffic is, as I said, violence, destruction, and corruption, and it's very dangerous.
Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.